Alright, the engine bay. Stock Camaro SS motor. Nothing's been done to the motor. Stock headers with, of course, the quarter mod blocking the EGR ports. Here's the custom setup for the AC. Comes up, let's see here, let's back up a little bit. I ended up having to switch out from the stock fans. That's a recent change. I'd even recommend somebody upgrading these to even some of the real high quality, high power ones. These are pretty basic ones, just 10-inch ones. So it comes out of the compressor on the back side. I don't know that I can get down there. There's two of them coming down. One line comes up, loops around, and then goes up. This is actually the return from the evaporator up there. So it goes into the condenser or compressor, and from the compressor down. And then as it comes out of the condenser, it'll come up into here, through and down. And I just got this rubber one because they were close, so they don't touch, and then in. Alright, so that's the AC system. Ended up having to put the Takiko shocks back on. I don't know where my little covers are. I thought I had them. I can't find them. But they are the Takiko 5-way adjustables. Radiator setup. Ended up having to, you can see the tube coming out, the metal tube on the bottom here, coming over. Do one up, short connection, and then up. I had a different setup. It came up right through here, and then under the motor movement, this ate into the hose. So that delayed me getting this video. So this is a much better setup here. These, of course, are nice high pressure lines that feed up in. And then I've got the steam vent right here, just routed, excuse me, straight over into the expansion tank or air separation tank, and then these two feed together into the coolant overflow tank. Relays intake setup, 4-inch, and then I've just got a reducer down to the throttle body, 90 degree with that, and the AEM dry flow filter. What it really needs is something to kind of block the airflow right here. It would be ideal. Went ahead and took, this is the only one still here, the rest of it's all tucked back underneath down there, so all these are gone because right where that was is where the power steering reservoir is. This is the Pontiac GTO pump, and ended up having a standard line that was not rated for this stuff, so I had to get, this is actually from an oil cooler on a BMW, and that's the stock line from the GTO pump, so these are set up and that's plenty tight. There's the return line that feeds through the stock FD power steering cooler. So finally got all that squared away. This is just the alarm system in it. Cruise control is set up and works. Power steering is set up and works. Air conditioning is set up and works. And I'll go ahead and post in the thread what kind of temperatures it runs. So I can sit here in 105 degree heat, turn the AC on, and it works. It's not great at 105 degrees. And it'll sit there about 190, 200 on the temperature, about 200 or so on the engine temperature. And it'll just run fine. You get moving, the AC works great. So there's the engine bay. Just of note, this was from when I had the 90 degree Henson set up. That was what had to be cut out to make the holes for it. There's the alarm. Very nice, small, compact setup. One key's the only one I have. And that's what it does, it pegs out. So it's probably going to stay pegged out. Yep, that happens. Glad it illustrated it. And back inside, let's see if I can get the sound here. So plenty quiet for my taste of driving on the road every day, and yet nice on the track. These two are actually aftermarket gauges behind it, and as you can see, it'll peg out after a certain point. So so it's not quite right. Got some problems, but these are aftermarket gauges behind them.